welcome to One Man's Opinion. Today I am reviewing the new Broadway play, The Roommate, starring Farrow and Patti LuPone, written by Jen Silverman, and directed by Jack O'Brien, running through December 15th at the Booth Theater at 222 West 45th Street in New York City. Everyone is welcome to move over into my Patreon page. The rent goes as low as $1 a month. There you can get exclusive content, including retro reviews. I should have my review of the latest revival of Oklahoma up soon. Also, you get early access to the latest episode of my classic cinema podcast, Yesterday's Matinee. The latest episode, Top Gun Maverick, is currently available for patrons. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick isn't a classic film, but it's in tandem with the original Top Gun, which came out in '86. So that's better explained if you actually watch the episode or listen to it. Thank you to all my patrons, especially my Neo and Hamilton tier patrons. A link will be in the description. The Roommate is an enjoyable little comedy in the spirit of Neil Simon's The Odd Couple, but changes direction from that kind of story about halfway through as one of the characters looks to break out of her long-gestated conservative life, trying to grasp a new life that the other character is longing to leave behind. Set in a big old house in Iowa City, Iowa, we have the homeowner, Sharon, played by Farrow, a sweet, innocent-seeming country bumpkin of a lady whose son has moved off to New York City for college. Having the home to herself, she acquires a roommate, Robyn, played by Patti LuPone, a single mother with a past who moves out of the Bronx to Iowa to course-correct her life. Everything starts to go sideways when Sharon discovers that Robyn may not be who she says she is when she finds Robyn has a collection of fake IDs. Excited by the prospect of having a criminal in her home, she attempts to get Robyn to reinvigorate her life by teaching her how to commit the cons that Robyn was trying to get away from. There is a great liberty in being bad, as the play states several times, and Silverman's writing links much of the comedy to Sharon's journey from smoking her first joint to attempting to commit credit card fraud. There's a sweet demure quality about Farrow's performance as Sharon, laced with the tension of a woman who has never experienced a thrill in her 60-plus years of living. When she is being innocent, she is full of tension with her shoulders tight and a high whispery quality in her voice. When she tastes the forbidden fruit of crime and lets go, her body relaxes and her voice drops an octave. People may walk away from the play talking about the brassy, layered performance of LuPone, but Farrow deserves recognition for her textured performance as well. Speaking of LuPone, brassy is exactly what she is as Robyn. She's a tough, jaded, cynical woman who has seen too much in life, and the idea of helping bring another person down in her guttural past is almost abhorrent. Initially, anyway. The one real problem I have with the play is the writing and direction of Sharon at times. She's overly naive, in my opinion. Maybe it's my own liberal exposure to the world that makes me think this, but it seems inconceivable that Sharon has no clue that her son, who is supposedly dating a lesbian, is not gay. That's how dense we're supposed to believe Sharon is at the start of the show. And considering her journey, it only makes her character feel a little less believable. I wish she was a little more knowledgeable of the things of the world, so that she can kind of emote a passion for something that she's never had the opportunity to do, but an awareness of what that was. Another thing that bugged me was Robyn's boxes of possessions that sat outside on the front porch for what seemed like months. It's not that there is any concern that they'd be stolen. That's resolved early on. But as Natasha Katz's mesmerizing lighting design shows, there are thunderstorms with high winds that blow through there from time to time, and those boxes and anything in them would likely be ruined over time. It could be considered a nitpick, but it's a detail that I felt should have been caught. I get it. There are certain conceits that have to be done with Robyn's possessions in order to make the story move forward, but at the same time, it's a conceit that kind of ruins a little bit of the authenticity. There are plenty of funny moments in The Roommate, like when Sharon realizes Robyn's growing marijuana in a house, or when Robyn helps Sharon try to start dating again. But there are clever sentimental moments that shine, adding emotional depth to the characters, like when the two cover for each other when they don't want to talk to their children on the phone. The scene starts with a degree of chastisement, but turns to understanding that they both are flawed and have made mistakes as parents in their past and in the present, and that they find comforts in their failures with each other. It's beautifully acted, and Jack O'Brien does some of his best directing in the show in how he maneuvers the two characters around the phone and with each other to make it work. There's also some excellent design work. Bob Crowley's design of Sharon's house is beautiful, offering space and dimension. I like the sheer panels that I think are painted onto a scrim to give added depth and allows for you to see through the house into the backdrop of the Iowa cornfields that have billowy clouds, which are elevated by the aforementioned lighting by Natasha Katz. Though I mentioned The Odd Couple in comparison, and I do think it's a fair comparison, The Roommate isn't a knockoff. It does something different in that the tension grows as the two women grow closer to each other. There is an attraction they both have that they instinctually want to resist. Sometimes it's sensual, sometimes it's criminal, sometimes it's emotional. It takes some of the cynicism out of it and allows for more sentimentality to seep in. Without spoiling it, I think the ending is going to split the audience, as it may not be what everyone wants, but I don't mind it. It keeps the show's theme. There's a great liberty in being bad, and with the two fantastic actresses and the overall sensitive and funny script by Silverman, it really is delightful to watch. But I am only one man's opinion, so be sure to leave yours in the comments below if you'd like to see The Roommate. I'll leave a link in the description. Also in the description will be a link to my Patreon page and social media where you can follow me and support my channel. You can also support me by liking, sharing, and subscribing, and click the notification bell to be alerted to future reviews. My next review will be Masterclass at Music Theater of Connecticut. Thank you for watching, and I will see you at the theater.